Honey buns, it's time to put your pants back on because it's juicy news time coming right at you. It's a believer cycle. It's a mogger cycle. BTC still giving itself $117,000 as a price quote through this weekend, which is actually what we want to see. We don't like to travel too far on weekends, even though it's outside of our control, really, because it usually creates a gap and then we come back out here, friends. I've got so much more cracker news here for you. So, what did Donald Trump say about cryptocurrency again? Did Senator Cynthia Lummis get a bit too bullish on cryptocurrency? Was another Indian exchange hacked? A lot of these other warning signs I've got to give for you, friends. And I've got some cracker news. Did our friend Ivan on Tech call you fiscally irresponsible if you don't own his JPEG? All of that coming your way and more. BTC still green monthly candle, which means we are in the blue sky zone, $117,000 zone. We are on the fourth green monthly candle. I know it doesn't feel like much because there's a bit of a reset, but just to remind you as well, friends, crypto, especially Bitcoin, okay, it goes absolutely danger level, as we know, even happened in 2024, when you are on green candle number 6. So if we are finishing green July and then green August, that'll be number 5. Number 6 would be September. Number 7 would be Cocktober. Okay, that'll be 7 in a row. Remember, it's repetition in a row. It's something I discovered for some reason. Whenever you just get green monthly candles in a row, there's something about it that's really telling you the crowd's emotions. They're not resetting enough. They're not resetting enough to make you think it's over, and it attracts more and more weak hands. It's kind of funny. So yeah, theoretically, I know this is weird, but like if you just did like 2 green candles, 1 red candle, you just kind of go up forever. That's actually what happens, right? But it's unrealistic for that. We'll see how long that works for. This is what we went through last cycle, friends. Last year. So we had 7 green monthly candles. On the 6th one, it was already super dangerous. I was calling be careful up here, but then we spiked up again. We actually got crypto crappo bullish up here at 73,000, and then we dropped. Something also to be aware of, even though Bitcoin's price did not go anywhere in this period of time, in this 7-8 months, what actually happened was altcoins dropped 80%. So that's just something you just got to remember for yourself, okay? So even though Bitcoin's price doesn't actually go anywhere, the fact that there are like 3 red monthly candles buried within that period of time, it's enough to pretty much slice everything, right? But there's nothing we need to worry about right now, okay? It's just something to think about, just to know that, hey, the cycles are repeating. How the price performance and the price action is performing now, it's different to last cycle, obviously, because the market caps are bigger, different players, etc. This is meth's price. The price of meth is shooting up. So for all you meth fans out here, you're gonna have to find another drug. I don't know, sunlight, I heard it's free dopamine. Music, also free dopamine. Maybe playing Monopoly on Saturday nights, you could also do that. Maybe watch a movie or something. But you just have to get off the meth for a while, because this thing's going to scream through the highs, man. This is like pure manipulation. Look, it went straight down to the bottom of this wedge. It's at 3,500. We got a long way to go, by the way. I've just got this $14,000 dream line out here. But I have the peanut brain zone here. Remember, Ethereum's the 3rd cycle. What a curse it's had up here. I've got more price charts here for you. So obviously, Ethereum's coming back to steal the show. We don't know how long it's going to be able to steal the show for, because it depends on what the market is positioned for, isn't it? Still, we have James Wynn is liquidation, friends. I mean, it's so close to liquidation. I have to get an update on this. I can't be bothered checking it out. He's been flipping from bullish to bearish. He started getting like bullish on Ethereum now. It's kind of funny. I'm not joking, right? He said like basically Bitcoin dominance and everything's going to go up forever. And he was the actual top signal. So thank you, Mr. James Wynn. James Wynn was the top signal, friends, for the Bitcoin dominance. And that was remarkable, wasn't it? Thank you to Mr. James Wynn out here. So this is Bitcoin on the daily super trend, right? Doing this retest. Is there more to go? Maybe. It's the same stuff, right? It feels like, man, we should have been up like a long time ago anyway. It's getting like really annoying now. I've got some good news though, friends. The ETH-BTC ratio, I mean, this is still pathetic, to be honest. The ETH-BTC ratio is now 0.03. All right, which this is shocking, friends. You know, man, friends, you know, in 2019, if you remember Cookie Face, okay, remember Crypto Face's Discord, and there was other Discords, I just totally forgot their names. I made my first thesis on Ethereum. It's kind of funny, right? I didn't even know what Ethereum was. I was in Bitcoin, and I researched Ethereum for 3 hours. I was like, oh my gosh, this thing can actually flip Bitcoin. Just 3 hours is all it took. And the ETH-BTC ratio was really low. And I found like one article maybe of like Anthony Sassel. I saw him doing interviews. and pretty much started going aggressive here. The sad part is it literally came all the way back. That's so sad, man. You get everything right, thesis right, and then you gotta imagine, man, how good it looked. You were strong in the bear market, bro. You were strong in the bear market, and then when the bull market started, you just go to zero. So, oh man, you know, I've been in markets, man. So you're never even cocky and arrogant in the first place. Like you just been beaten down. It's so sad just to see that this thing can happen, right? And I really genuinely thought this thing was too cheap, friends. This is what was so confusing. Do you know when Ethereum pretty much almost flipped Bitcoin here? Do you know when this happened, right? You had nothing. There was no DeFi, no stablecoin. There's no industries, nothing. It was just gambling on ICOs. That's all you were doing. That's all it had. Okay, it had crypto kitties, bet, nothing worked. Okay, it had literally nothing. Okay, then in the next cycle, you had here NFTs, gaming, metaverse. You had so many other things that appear. A lot of them being built on Ethereum. You had perpetual DeFi, yield farming, Chainlink, oracles, all this stuff. Uniswap, the invention, the whole shebang. MakerDAO. Guess what happened? You barely get up halfway of the range and then you go to zero. So markets are always humble you. They always teach you a lesson. Only after the fact, you go, oh crap, it was already priced in. Yeah. So how do you think I reconcile with that? Well, I made videos about this too. One of my 5,400 videos, highest value content. I said to everyone, I go, guys, in 2017, not that anybody knew at the time, but you were pricing in the DeFi. Did you know that? You were pricing it in. You were bringing the forward stuff from 4 years in the future. You're bringing it to now. That's why the thing went up so much. Okay. And that's how markets work, right? That's how markets work. They always, that's where you go parabolic. That's why it becomes dangerous, because you're drawing so many events into the future. That's what it is, okay? So, but you might say, Sommi, isn't that easy? Just start selling. Yeah, but you don't know how far into the future you're drawing from. That's the problem. You don't know if it's 1 month or 6 months or 2 years or 4 years. You just don't know that. A perfect example I can show you is soy. Look at Soylana, friends. Soylana, friend. Oh my God, friends, I drew this circle. Look, it's already almost through the circle. See that when I started drawing this, friends, it was right here. And now it just keeps tanking. So Soylana, friends, this is what happened, okay? Right here, when Trump launched his meme coin on there and you had all these spike ups, Soylana was pricing in its ETF. It was pricing in fast transactions. It was pricing in meme coin supercycle on the chain. It was pricing all of it in. It was already pricing in, back here, it was pricing in every single mainstream KOL shilling Soylana. Every single one, you name it. Millions of subs, 500k subs, all shilling Soylana. It's pricing it in. You know, there you go. It's like, it's literally, they're saying it's going to be great. Okay, they buy in now. They buy in now. So it's tough. It really is tough, right? So that's why you're probably thinking, hey, something's wrong. Why is it we got an ETF and all these other things coming, the price action's going down? Yeah, it's moving on to the next leg. You only know this in the future, friends. You only know, like, in 6 months, news will come out where, let's say, Ethereum gets big news. Big news. I'm not like I'll just blow your mind. Like, for example, let's say all the major US banks announce they have chosen Ethereum and they're making an Ethereum layer 2. They're making a private US banking thing and it's Ethereum layer 2. They choose Ethereum. Imagine like that. That's at the peak of the market and Ethereum's like hopefully 14,000. And then you look at this, you look back here and you go, oh, that's why this thing was sinking. What did you thinking about, Habibi? Because it was basically pricing in something else. Something's going to happen in the future. The demand is basically being sucked out. That's the thing, right? You never know the future. You don't know. That's why you don't actually need to know the story. The narratives and the story, they're fugazi, okay? All that matters is the price. Remember, the whole mantra is buy low, sell high, right? So when Soylana runs up for a year and a half, you're expensive, bro. You're expensive. You ran up for a year and a half. But no one wants to admit offense because, as you know, it's greed. It cycles all over again, right? The price is never too high. Yeah, its price will always go a little bit further. This is the Bitcoin dominance out here. It's still close to flipping red. Hopefully it just starts sinking down hard. I mean, like, just to show you what it did in 2021 cycle. Look at this. Once it's ready to go, it just literally just starts falling off a cliff. But that's the end, okay? This is actually what it did in 2017 as well. It had these waves where it comes back down. Everyone thinks it's over. No, it comes back down again, okay? And then you have this part. And then bang. This part was Bitcoin rallying and things catching up to it. And then you have it again. So you had a double bubble wave, okay? So this was pretty much wave 1, okay? Comes back up, wave 2. So that's why I think what's going to happen is we're going to have this and then wave 2. That's what I just think. I think we're going to have a double bubble. Why? Well, I've got news coming out for you. Remember, friends, I told you Senator Cynthia Lummis and stuff. The way they're all talking about crypto. This is the thing, friends. You know how I've been under attack by the Matrix lately? It's been literally trying to break my spirit so much. My microphone now exploding. I think I've replaced one of the cables and it seems to be okay. I've actually had a spare. I had a pumpamental green, neon green. Look at this pump green cable that was spare the whole time. Hopefully the issue is fixed now. But the computer store guy, okay, if you're watching, sir, welcome. It's kind of funny, man. He said, because he's in crypto as well. He showed me his portfolio. It's awesome. He's like, he's diversified. You know, he's got a bit of Soylana and Chainlink and like, you know, random stuff, a bit of Peppy and, you know, and he's big on Ethereum. And it's kind of funny. Like he says, oh, you got a crypto channel. And all I'm thinking about, this is funny. We're bleeding into real life now. The first thing I think about, I'm like, it's not what you think. If you find some of the nipple pegging videos, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. So here's the thing. He doesn't watch any of the crypto news stories. He doesn't watch any of it. It's funny. He said something. He said this one night, I'm going to tell you. And I was like, oh my gosh, do you watch my channel? But he doesn't. He says, he was thinking about Donald Trump and all this crypto stuff. And he goes, they're probably going to have to wind it back. And I'm like, huh, wait a minute. Do you watch my channel? No one in crypto has ever said that. I'm the only person who said that. But it's a bit too early to say that. Right? He goes, no, I've never watched your channel. He goes, I don't watch any of the crypto news. I go, he's like into truly independent thinking. It was interesting. He's not a crypto financial person, really. I mean, he's in crypto, you know what I mean? He's an average person. But it was interesting because I thought, you know what? You're going to be right. I think you're going to be right. I think we're going to build into such a big mania. I'm going to say, guys, it can't get better than this. We haven't even had any crime yet done. They will wind stuff back up, right? You know, with the internet, friends, they rewind their policies and stuff over time. You know that? They change laws about where they're allowed to access servers, if they're allowed to spy on people, the government gets through rounds. That's what's happened over the past 20 years, alongside some things that have been pumping with the cycles. So that's what I think is actually going to happen. We're going to get to a point where on the moon, hopefully we really are in the moon, and I say, look, I know you don't want to hear this, but this is all too good to be true, okay? I know it's crime season today, but the political momentum will shift, you know? Someone's going to find out Trump did something on the island. His reputation's going to sway a bit. Democrats come in and they're going to be like, you know what? We've got to wind back this crypto stuff. There's too much grifting and things out here, right? And then why is that going to happen, friends? I'll tell you. I told you this in 2023, and it's because be careful what you wish for. Bitcoin maxis are inviting everybody into the Bitcoin ETF. I said, yeah, but what do you think they're going to be doing, bro? They're going to be buying with their life savings up here. So do you think they're going to be saying, yes, I love Bitcoin. It's amazing. I'm going to hold for 4 years once it starts collapsing? No. They're going to be joining Blackrock and they're going to be demanding we lock up the crypto guys. That's what they're going to be saying at the bottom here. They're going to be saying, ban it. That's what they're going to be saying, man. So that's what you get. You want to unlock higher prices? You want to sell your soul to Blackrock? That's what you get. And guess this is the saddest part, friends. You know, because of Metcalfe's law, this is the part that hurts. Because of Metcalfe's law, you know, all our believers of Bitcoin now, they will be outnumbered 5-1. So even though you have all the Bitcoin, you're an OG, you're a shark, this is the sad part. For every one of you, there's 15,000 people who bought in with their life savings on the ETF. Because they put Michael Saylor saying it's going to 13 million. Right? He's saying it's the new invention of fire. You never sell this. You never sold this. Everything's amazing. And they're all doing leverage, right? And then guess what ends up happening in the future? Now we're at a real risky point because once we're on our knees, like they did in the last bear market, once you're on the knees, everybody wants you dead. Every single person, because they lost money. In their minds, they lost money. You think the average person is going to be like, golly gee, I'll wait another 4 years for this to maybe come back? They're going to wait that. Right? They're going to be easily manipulated by the government to be like, you know what? Yeah, we should go do something about this crypto regulation stuff. We should make it harder. And you never know, man. They might influence proof of work, proof of stake, how Bitcoin works. Okay, that's a cycle I see. I've been talking about this since 2022. But, okay, if you're a mid-curver, you sit out from that and you wait. Yeah, that's a pure mid-curver. Because you and I, we know like, no. There's yin and yang, bro. It's a slingshot, you know? We only get that bad part because we go so good in the first place. So you have to get long, which you really are long. Now, I'm just going to quickly show you the OTHERS-BTC chart. Remember, OTHERS-BTC, friends, did a horrific 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red in a row. I really think, man, this thing, friends, OTHERS-BTC, Ethereum is going to crank and this thing's just going to go wallop like that. I want to show you something. On this, I will be nervous the first retrace at around here. That's a first retrace, okay? And I really hope, there's no guarantee, man, but I really hope, because every cycle we've made new highs on OTHERS-BTC, I really hope it comes up here. I'm going to have to move the circle, sadly. Going to have to move this circle to the right. I really hope that, this is just guessing, right? So you have to move it to the right because the cycle's extended yet. That when we get up here, everyone thinks it's over, but it's a believer cycle and we actually get up here. Where others become, say, 60% of maybe the Bitcoin market cap, okay? So remember that OTHERS-BTC, it's like the pure risk measurement of these things. You can see how low it is as well. I just used the fib and the extensions out here. So we are still trapped here. We need to get out of this zone. Remember the last time we did this, man, it was horrific, man. This is the saddest part. The last time we did like 7 red monthly candles was after altcoins did a 150x rally. We just got 7 red monthly candles after we've been going down for 3 years. So that's why we really got the worst of the worst. Is it because altcoins are trash? No, that's what Bitcoin Max is, what have you believe. It's because of the business cycle, which we all know. I've sent it to you 50,000 bajillion times. I'll show it to you again. Because what's one more amongst friends? This is the business ISM. It's been down 32. That's why I made this in red. The other times were below 50. Was not that much bad. Okay, here we are. We're at 32 months. So we're still waiting for these things to actually activate. It hasn't activated, okay? Now, it is possible, though, by the way, that if it activates, it's short and sharp, okay? So that's 2 possibilities I'm saying. Either we run to the December this year, up, okay? Trap everyone, that's one, okay? Or we run to August and September's a reset. Yeah, a full-on reset. There's a blood moon, I think, in September. I think there's some sort of moon there. And then we continue again. You know, there's some sort of possibility. It depends how big the reset is. We'll see. I've got some fantastic news, by the way, friends. ETH-BTC has flipped green on the weekly super trend. And so what I've done is right now, friends, I'll just quickly pause the video just to show you how far it went in the past cycles. So assuming it's not a big fake out, which it could be, but I'm just going to be honest, okay? There is a period of time where Ethereum, ETH-BTC, it didn't do the full spike up first. It first flips green, this Bitcoin halving year, right? I'm assuming our one's going to be similar to this, where we flip green, we go up, and then we come back out for retest before the big move. So if that happened again, I'm not just this means nothing, okay? Because it's just randomly guessing. 70% move means 0.045 Ethereum. That would be, if we do 4.5%, and let's say Bitcoin is 130K by that point. 4.5% of 130,000 is about a 5,800 Ethereum, you know, around there. And then what ETH-BTC did last time, because this thing is such a vertical drop move, unfortunately, friends, it's very rare to do these. I hope we get the V. I hope we get the V. The Vs are just 1 out of 10 chance. You know, it's sad. Most of the time, even though it's weekly, it takes a while to round off. You know what I mean? So if we go up and we did that move up, maybe it comes back down, squeezes everyone out, and then the big move happens. The big move is what it did last time. It did a 170% move. Where would that take it? They'll take it near 0.075. So if Bitcoin's 200K, that's a 15K ETH. I really hope we see something like that. I really do. But I'm just drawing squiggly lines. So you don't know, mate. You don't know at the end of the day. We'll just wait for euphoria. You know, we can draw a line where we think it's going to go, but it doesn't really matter, friends. I mean, I've even got some news. Sad to report this, but it's true, friends. Tai Lopez is watching now, which we knew was inevitable, right? He's watching. He's been quoting stuff. You know, I think it's a perfect segue as well. I've just got to quickly just show you him as well. And we might have to just go through another video of his later on. Just show you. Has to be the best investment in history. This is Mr. Tai Lopez. Let's just watch it here.
Has to be the best investment in history. He bought 50,000 worth of Bitcoin in 2011 and just cashed in for $9.6 billion. Whoever you are in the world, I salute you.
So there he is. He's talking about the 80,000 BTC wallet. Rumored Richard Hart. Then again, everything's rumored Richard Hart. We don't know. We don't know at the end of the day. But he's watching closely. Remember, I used him to call the top of NFTs in 2021. Okay, so he appeared. He bought the top. He bought the Bored Apes, and they had, I think, one more 2x left, which has happened very fast. It happened within like 14 weeks or like 1 month. And he came back to December 2021. So it was that's it. The actual beginning of the end. Like actually, yeah. So hopefully he makes it as clear and obvious this time too in our cycle. And by the way, what does he do? He releases a product. So what did he do in 2021? He did 2 things. He released DeFi 2.0 Ponzi, Olympus DAO. He released his own DeFi Olympus DAO clone in December 2021. Marked the exact top of that, by the way. The exact top. Dangerous. Be careful. Number 1. And then number 2, I think released his own NFT. And he bought a Bored Ape. Yeah, so that's in January, I think, 2022, and that was the final runs of them. Literally, it was all over at that after within a few months. So just so we know, it's not like he exactly top ticks it. It's just this is super dangerous. It basically means when he's in, the chance, I guess, of a bear market in 12 months from that point, man, it's got to be at least 50%. At least 50%. That's what I'm saying. So look, if he is shilling a coin of your category, I think, man, you got to take at least 50% out. You have to. Because he's done it every single time. He did it in 2017 with the ICO stuff when he came in, Bitcoin. Like, when he appears, the chance of a bear market, yes, 12 months after that point, that's what you're doing in this game, right? You don't know if something's going to turn bad or good, tomorrow or next week. It's just you're trying to think 12 months ahead. So, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Now, cracking on with some news. The Astronomer CEO, Andy Byron, has officially resigned, friends. Of course, this Coldplay concert thing has been doing the rounds out here. Man, that's why, guys, if you're going to do something like that, don't go to the white boy concerts. You know what I mean? Rap concerts, they don't do that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, half the guys there, they don't even know their kids' names. You know what I mean? They're hanging around there. No one does that there. This is a snitch fest. Man, it's kind of funny, man. It's having fun. Literally, every single person in the world has memed this. It's gone absolutely wild. It's kind of funny, man. This is the thing, right? We know that they're going to launch another distraction, but this isn't it. That'll be far-fetched to think, hey, we got another distraction. But I'm just showing you how easily people forget about Epstein files. We have goldfish memory, man. There's too many things permeating and penetrating in a family-friendly way our brains. Way too many things. Right? And think about your senses of the day. You get hungry, you get happy, you get sleepy, you're feeling bored, you're feeling poor, you're feeling rich, up and down, left and right. You got to do stuff. Then this meme goes viral, everyone's sharing with their friends. So, it's just a matter of time. But they will launch one big distraction again. Hopefully it's one of the cyber attacks. Why? Because that doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? Because I know what's coming. Hopefully it's something like that. We'll see. Because basically, friends, if you can, this is the thing. Okay. If you read stock market journals, all right, and you learn about these characters in the past 120 years who bought generational dips in the S&P, the Dow, whatever, you'll realize, a lot of them, they don't write about it in the journal because it's taboo, but a lot of them, they developed a sense that something ain't right. Yeah. They developed a sense for, everyone's saying the world's about to end. Something's fishy about this one. They develop a sense like that. They get a bit paranoid. Okay, only the paranoid survive. And by the way, at the tops, they get paranoid too. They go, the poor people are starting to make money. This is weird. You know what I mean? Those people are thinking like that. If you're thinking like that, you're built for markets. You are built, and you don't have to be born that way. You train yourself that way. And, every time you watch one of my UFO videos, you ask another question. You think about something. You connect another puzzle piece. You don't commit to anything, but you just connect another puzzle piece. Okay? Because people, friends, I know everyone wants an answer. Everyone wants an answer. Everyone wants that one holy grail that tells them to get in or out. You're not going to get that. Yeah. It's just like if you ask a football player, hey, give me the formula so that I can always score a goal when I get the ball. And they're like, I can't give you the formula, bro. There's 50,000 variables. You see what I mean? So it's higher level. The Ethereum ETF inflows were more than Bitcoin ETF inflows. 400 million versus 360 million. Do you remember, friends, just a month ago, it was 10 to 1. Bitcoin was 300 million. Ethereum was 30. 300 to 30. Now Ethereum's flipped it. Huge stuff is coming to Ethereum. Now, friends, I want to show you some love and support and friendship. So, Randy Boo from Crypto Banter, he made this post. And his post at the top, see if I can pause it. He made this post. I'm looking for the best small content creator on YouTube that makes content from deep in the trenches. Who is that? And then I have scrolled through and you can just see, friends, this thing goes, well, I'm actually going to fast forward it just so we can go through. You check this out. Me, your friend Sommi, your friend Sommi, my friend Sommi, our friend Sommi. Bang, 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 bang. This is hilarious, friends. This is amazing. This is so amazing. Made my day. But here's the truth. Probably not ready yet. Probably not ready yet. Okay? Well, you know what they mean when they mean deep in trenches? It's usually some anonymous avatar, weirdo. I watch other Ren, I watch all your shows, bro. I'm always at the gym, I'm watching, and I'm like, oh, another anonymous guy. What are they talking about now? Oh, AI agents. And I'm like, bro, you guys don't know what the hell AI agents are. But this is just a meme coin. I go, yeah, memes are cool, bro. I love memes. But like, I'm a living meme myself, some say. But they're talking about, they're selling it too hard. They're like, this thing's amazing. Oh, the community's amazing. Why is the community amazing, bro? You don't know how to describe anything. And guess what? They don't talk about the coin 48 hours later. It's gone to zero. Why is the community amazing? They can't even answer this stuff. Okay? I'm not even going to tell you PulseChain community is amazing. I'll just say, hey, you think this network is dead. Okay, so I went and researched it, okay? Here is my magnifying glass. Okay, you say this thing's dead, it's got no pulse. No pun intended, right? So I'm like, wait a minute. There's 170 content creators. That's weird for a dead coin, a dead chain. There's 70 people who actually show their face on stream and have done it in the past and might come again if the price goes up. Interesting. More factoids. Multiple conferences per year run by the community. PulseChain conference, Hex conference. We had a PLS 369 tour in Las Vegas. Okay? The Lost Vegas. Not to be confused with the Found Vegas. Then we had a PulseX conference recently. That's very weird. A dead network that had 4 community, grassroots run community on-chain streams. Huh? So weird. Very interesting. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. You see what I mean? I'm like, huh? That is very weird. This is such a strange dead coin. You see what I mean? I'm basically telling you the market has positioned this for dead, and I think it's alive. Okay, with all these other stuff, as most of the time, it's like they're saying, oh, this community is going to do something great with a meme. This meme's going to go absolutely fantastical, and unfortunately, they tie it to a narrative. So they rely on that whole narrative. They go, okay, the narrative is gone, therefore you're gone. AI agents, no one cares about them anymore because they're going to make new ones and something better next week. Do you see what I mean? I'll go to thousands of examples out here. Once you tie yourself to a narrative, okay, now you're just a story out here. You know, it's just like, friends, you want to make the best movie in the world, but you make it a Christmas movie. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, you're always just going to be a Christmas theme movie. You know what I mean? You're just a Christmas theme movie. You're just a movie about okay, when Christmas is over, no one cares. You know, that's something just to think about when it comes to looking at these networks. I do wonder, though, how high we're going to go, though. Okay, remember, friends, when I posted this, and this number is real because I did it on the show, Ethereum went from, listen, Aaron, okay, so our friend Aaron calling Ethereum Vitalik a maggot. He literally, Aaron, do you remember? You literally replied to Ethereum Vitalik and you called him a maggot with the F. You literally called him a maggot down here, and I started laughing. I think I was drinking protein shake or something. I literally basically spat it out on my phone. He just goes, Vitalik, you're a This is gold, bro. It was literally down here. I was like, you know what? He's right. He's right, man. We've just gone down only. Look at this, though. In a period of 103 days, bang, he's 100 days up only. And by the way, it's just getting started. This first spike is, if you were too aggressively short, the first round of liquidations is done. That's what's happened down here. See what I mean? So, that could happen. Okay, it'll be fast. It'll be fast. But I don't like always thinking like that because it feels like, oh, everything's going to fix itself around the corner. But, you know, we'll see. Coinbase CEO Brian Boldstrong, we're going to see the Fortune 500 start adopting stablecoins, says Coinbase CEO. Once again, stablecoin super cycle. Friends, I promise every day I'm waking up, I'm like, man, not another stablecoin super cycle. Yep, another stablecoin super cycle piece of information. Okay. If the stablecoin super cycle continues, which it already is happening, and I made the term, and I've been calling it, I've been talking about it for like 8-9 months now, my gosh. More stablecoins come into crypto. The Evil Genius Act by America prevents you from giving out yield. Therefore, this first cycle unicorn, which might make its way to $1, not financial advice, and then ping pong around 99 cents to $1.01, it might hand out fees or other tokens or itself, okay, not yield, but it might hand itself out. And then you basically have, what will the marketing of the people be? They'll say, hey, if you're holding Tether, why? You're earning no yield. Why not hold this, which is giving you yield? And for them to actually get in, what do they have to do? They have to bridge in billions of dollars into PulseChain, join the PulseX yield farm. They enhance the ping pong. They enhance the ping pong. And all the money comes in, all the liquidity comes in and puts everything on the map. That's the world I'm playing for, by the way. That's the world you're playing for if you're long, okay? If you think you're going to get rich after Donald Trump has launched a meme coin on Soylana, after Pump Fund has already extracted $700 million and their tokens now are putting everyone offside from the ICO, after every single mainstream KOL, Altcoin Daily talking about Soylana, 2 million subs. Crypto Banter, 1.5 million subs on YouTube. Soylana maxes pretty much. Ivan went all in on Soylana, 500K. Friends, you've literally got 2.7 to 3 million people there. I know there's crossovers, but man, you got millions and millions of people already. They've heard about it for a year and a half. Over and over and over again. You've heard about it, bro. You even got Davey Soy Hoffman to capitulate. So, what world are you playing for now? What world are you playing for? The world's most popular man already dropped a meme on your chain. Is there anything else to top that? Tell me. I'd like to hear. Here we go. Senator Cynthia Lummis. This is the most pro-digital asset administration in American history. This is bullish right now. It's going to be bearish at the top. As I said to you before, this is extremely important. There will come a time where I'm going to probably say, look, man, it doesn't get better than this. Look around. It doesn't get better than this. There are no laws. It's crime season everywhere. It can only get tighter from here. Okay? And I'm not going to convince anyone because I don't give a crap. I already know what other people are going to be yelling. I know what the crowd's going to be yelling. They'll be yelling whatever the current narrative is. They'll say, oh, but we're just about to fire Powell. But we're just about to cut rates. But we're just about to print money. But things are looking amazing. But the economy's finally strong and finally going up. I don't care, bro. I don't care. All right? When I see Tai Lopez coming out, warning signs, you know? We're waiting. We're waiting. Donald Trump said, I pledged that we would bring back American liberty and leadership and make the US the crypto capital of the world. And I wrote Liberty Swap Finance confirmed. So Donald, man, what are the chances we have Liberty Swap Finance on PulseChain and Donald Trump is now dropping the word liberty? I'm telling you, friends, I'm telling you, in the bull market, facts don't matter. People are just going to like assign stuff. Friends, you know, I'm not going to tell you. Look, I got some... Let's say I know some people. Could be a barber, you know, could be, you know, involved in various, you know, entertainment industries. Let's just say I know some dudes who don't even know each other. And over the past 4 years, they said, hey, bro, heard you're in crypto. Yep. What do you think of XRP? Every single time. Do you want to know how the combos end? It ends with them saying, this was, friends, I'm talking like 3-4 years ago. Trump's not even president again yet. People are telling me, we heard Donald Trump personally backs XRP. He's going to back it with gold. He personally endorses it. It didn't matter. It literally didn't matter. XRP was still fighting the SEC. It's dead. It's dead at 30, 40, 50 cents. And like, I'm not going to take that away from him because I don't know. Because I'm like, man... I watched a useless dog coin go 220x in a straight line and Shiba Inu, an even more useless dog coin, do 1,000,000x. So, like, I don't know. Guess what? It worked out for him. Good on him. Good on him. Let him believe. Trump backs his coin. But look what ends up happening, friends. You see what I mean? Like, this is what you build into. The green candles beget more green candles. Hope we get more of it. MicroStrategy's $71 billion Bitcoin treasury is now ranked 9 among S&P 500 treasuries, ahead of Nvidia, PayPal, and Exxon. So I'll show you that now. This is the treasuries. This is huge, man. So this is Warren Buffett. Berkshire's got 410 billion. A lot of it is US treasuries and stuff as well. Amazon, Dr. Google, McDougal, Microsoft, Bill Gates' Willie, Tim Apple's company. We got Ford. We got Beta, which is Mark Zuckerberg. Awesome. So MicroStrategy's here. So trust me, this is how they all think, man. So everyone's in competition. All the companies are under MicroStrategy, right? They're like, hey, look what they did to climb the ranks. We're never going to go anywhere. We're like moving so slow. Let's adopt the strategy to climb the ranks, which is what we want. Everyone wins there. All of us win. Also, friendly reminder, friends, please. Not your keys, not your coins. Don't have crypto on exchanges, okay? If you're in some, again, look, please be careful, bro. Like, I don't want anyone to be complacent. Australia, America, okay, these first world countries. Just be careful, man. That's what I'm saying. Just, you don't know, man. You just don't know. I'm not held responsible because India, I know it's India, because when you say India, you go, of course they're going to get a hack. Because, but look at this. India exchange coin DCX lost $44 million with no disclosure yet. ZachXBT has researched it with a man named Kivers. The attacker used Tornado Cash and bridged funds from Soylana to Ethereum. So, friends, in these exchanges, it's not the exchange CEO that you have to worry about. It's not that guy or girl, because they don't want the business to fail, okay? It's the employees. Got me? The employees are bribed for like $2,000. Do you remember? That's the Brazilian guy. He took like a $2,700 payment, and then he gave access to hackers in the back of a back server for $400 million. That's all it took. $2,000. So that's why your biggest enemy in exchanges, friends, it's not that CEO and the product manager and stuff out here. No, it's the low-level little Jeet ranker office. Because what they could do, they could put something in the back end, or they just give him the login. And then the hackers just watch everyone's movements. That's what they do. They don't go in and they just start hacking away. They go, they're full scum, friends. They're predators. They're just like the old fat sweaty dude who's watching the kids at the playground, sitting in the van, just watching kids. Right? Literally, they're straight pedophiles. They need to be tortured. They need to be tortured. Yeah, that's what they do. They watch everyone. They watch everyone's movements. They stalk their Discord. You remember Nexus Mutual? They stalked the Discord for like a month. They just said nothing. They wait and they watch all your patterns to see how they can do it. So if you're on a centralized exchange, that's your risk, man. But if you have your own custody, well, now you're the risk. Okay, but what are you going to do? You're going to leave it on the exchange the whole time? Friends, these exchange, because crypto's coming back, they're all going to get targeted. So please don't go around clicking links. Get yourself a hardware wallet. And remember, there is no free money in crypto. There is none. All right? Yeah, there's going to be one airdrop and stuff here and there. It doesn't really matter. Okay? 99.99% of the time, they're all scams. You're getting emails from scammers. Okay? Always check the email and don't click on anything. Now, where to from here? This is the pump fund token. It's now back to the break even for the CEO right here. The break even for, is it here? This is where 4 is. So the ICO. It's near there. So everyone haven't got their tokens yet. They're up 15%. Just as a friendly reminder, okay? The market's taught you something. Are you listening? I'll teach you the lesson. All right. This pump fund made 700 pump fund. Okay, pump fund made $700 million revenue. Okay, so people incorrectly and naturally think it should be valued like a stock, where they're making revenue and it's amazing, so therefore it's going to be pumping up to the moon. I hope it pumps to the moon for you. I'm just telling you, there is no guarantee. Okay, why? Crypto markets, I know we are past, present, or future drug addicts. I know we peg our own nipples. Okay, and I know we do some questionable things, to say the least. But we do price in the future differently to how you think. So we're not stupid. Yeah, the market's actually smart as a collective. That's why I went and friends up my 5,400 videos. This is the stuff you've been learning along the way. I'm going to remind you, okay? So I learned this myself. I read it out here for you. So, well, why doesn't crypto markets, when they see high revenue, why don't they bid this up infinitely like they do to stock marketers? Why don't they do that? And the answer is buried within every single person. Go ask any single person in crypto saying, hey, do you want to hold in a bear market? And they're like, no. And they do the crucifix. Don't say that word. Don't say that word. Okay. No one wants to hold in a bear market. Okay. Because why? They go, oh, we know everything just goes down. Volume goes down. Trading goes down. Interest goes down. Engagement goes down. Everything goes down. Exchanges go down. Literally everything goes down. So people are already, they know when a bear market comes, your revenue is fugazi. Your revenue is today. It's very short-lived. You made your money today. Yeah. Stock market, it's more slower, more methodical. Yeah. They don't have blowout years, a blowout month of profit in stock market and then they just go freaking 99%. It doesn't happen often. You know what I mean? Like, but in crypto, that's literally everywhere. So, oh, you're making revenue today, huh? Okay, good. If bear market comes, you're down 95%. Yeah. And then the team, this is another thing. The team has no fiduciary responsibility to stay with the token and the narrative. They change. That makes it tough. It's like people, we all know you don't trust those Jeet devs and the team because in the bear market, what happens is your narrative of today, which is amazing and fantastic, gaming, metaverse, NFT, JPEGs, okay? Even DeFi, they're amazing today. They get washed out by the tide. And in the next cycle, there's something new, right? Now there's Soylana and pump fund and token launches, okay? Next is going to be something else. Or in the next cycle is going to be something totally different, you see? And we have seen a lot of pivots, by the way. We've seen, for example, Ondo Finance, they were doing a DeFi protocol and then they pivoted to real world assets and they got a Blackrock sponsorship. You get it? But only like, these are real stats. 1 out of 3, 2 or 300 is going to do the right pivot because no one knows. Everyone's just gambling. Yeah. There are teams who just pivoted to the wrong stuff. Okay. So that's why, friend. That's why when you see stuff like this happen, you have a question mark, but I'm like, yeah, of course it makes sense, bro. You don't want to hold these in a bear market because people know, because you get confused, right? You think because people are silly that they don't know how to price this stuff. No, individually, a person may be silly, one person. But if you ask collectively, you get the average of everyone, the market starts to speak. And you're like, oh, that's why you're doing this, right? Because you know that a thing's going to go down in the future, okay? So that's why as well, friends, you have to think about, say, opportunity now right in front of you. Say Hex and PulseChain and PulseX, yeah. Oh, there's no people today that you see. There's no revenue today. Yeah, I'm not playing for today, bro. I'm playing for your FOMO. What's going to happen when you are holding $700 million revenue protocols and you're watching something making zero cash fly through the moon? How are you going to react? You know how they're going to react. They're going to be selling the stuff, making profit, and they're just going to go FOMO buy everything else. But it's exactly what happened in 2021. Okay, so I'm not even saying anything different. This is exactly what happened in 2021, friends. So this is literally it. We're trading networks, right? Another word for attention. You get it? Network, effects, attention, Metcalfe's law, all of that. And we're going to see more of that play out. This is your friend Sommi. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.